Okay, well, everybody, as you can see, we're on our next excursion. We're on this lovely river cruise, and the more I start investigating all these places, the more I keep thinking, gosh, we need to do the real one. Michael says I have to look at the camera. Okay, I'm going to try
Okay,
that.
you're looking up.
I can't see the reaction, Mike.
You know, it's almost like it's two eyeballs looking back.
Oh, there, I can look there. All right. Okay, so here we are. We have decided we're going to go to Belgium first, right? Because
Belgium's fine, yeah.
Teresa's been to Belgium, and I was in Belgium for one day. And Belgium is, and I can't remember if I was in Antwerp or I was in Ghent, but we're going to Ghent because Ghent is a little bit more of a craft area. And the food is still the same, the French fries, all the great stuff. The thing about Belgium, the only thing I remember about Belgium was that we were walking down a cobblestone street, Bob and I, and he was walking, and all of a sudden he was walking and I wasn't with him. And that was my first real tumble. I was probably in my late 40s by that point. I took a huge tumble right down through the cobblestone streets, and then it happened once again. So he was very, very protective of me that trip. And that's all I remember of Belgium. However, Belgium has a near and dear place in my heart because they do the lace, and they do all beautiful handwork. And that kind of fits into what we're doing. So first and foremost, because we're such foodies, all of us, I decided that we needed to know what the food of Belgium is, at least just to have a smattering. So we're not spending a lot of time in Belgium, but we're gonna have something to eat. The first thing we're gonna have to eat are Belgian waffles.
Oh.
So have any of you had the Belgian waffles, been there and had them? Somebody there must have.
Actually been in Belgium and had the Belgian waffles.
You did?
One morning.
Were they good?
Delicious.
Fantastic.
Delicious.
All right, so Belgian waffles looks pretty good to me. The blueberries, everything looks so fresh. I had never thought of putting mint on them, but it's a nice touch. I would have lots of butter and syrup on mine. Lots of butter. That's my favorite. And the Belgian butter is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the next thing, and we've heard this from many people, and especially Teresa, that they have the best pommes frites in the world. Now, we thought the best ones were in Amsterdam, but we've heard yesterday from one of our cruisers that they're even better in Belgium.
To be completely honest, I have rarely met a French fry I didn't like.
That's true.
So, you know.
These look pretty good, though.
I can't, I'm going to take a chance that it's this one.
Yeah.
Oh, it is that one.
It is that one.
Opa!
So the thing with their French fries is that they put this white stuff on them, and it's, what is it?
Mayonnaise.
It's mayonnaise.
I can't do it. I'm sorry. I tried.
It wasn't good.
I don't like mayonnaise. It's awfully greasy to me.
No, well, it's not as good as butter. That's true, but
butter would have been better.
Everything's better with butter.
Yes. Maybe with a slab of bagged bacon too. That's okay.
That's right. That could have been good. So anyway, we're bringing you the pommes frites so that you can enjoy a lovely excursion, walking down the cobblestone streets, trying to stay upright.
Yes.
Munching on your French fries with or without the mayonnaise. And then lastly, the reason that I love Belgium, I think the reason I love Belgium is their lace. And I always thought that would be something I would love to do in the store, to do the lace making. And I thought the bobbins always looked so pretty. And I thought, gee, that would be beautiful, but we just never quite gotten into it. But I did want to bring you a video of the lace making. I want to know how many of you want to sign up for this class.
Yeah, wait for it.
Somebody's laughing.
It's me, Karen.
It's down below. Remember,
oh wait, no, it's this one.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
And I hit this, and I hit play.
Right.
Oh wait, am I playing? Play. Okay, there we go. We're gonna start moving.
You're not playing.
Oh, it said play. I did hit play. Honest. Got button. There we go.
All right, here we go.
It's a little sensitive. I'm sorry. Okay, look at those fingers go. Those little dowels. Lace is being created as we speak.
Look at that. It's gorgeous.
And there's a plan to all of this.
Yeah. I'd have to write it. And you know I'd make an error somewhere and one bobbin would be on the left instead of on the right.
Can you drop a stitch in this? Like, how does that happen?
I had no idea. I've always looked at Belgian lace. I've always heard about, I've seen the bobbins. I never quite understood how they use them because I never actually got to see them making it when I was in Belgium because I was too busy recovering from my wounds.
Look at all those pins.
I know, and that evidently sets up the pattern.
Okay.
So it's like one of those things where you make the maze with pins or dominoes. So if I've got any takers, I'll do some more research and we can go into our dotage making lace or spider webs, whatever's going to happen first.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting that vibe from these ladies. I don't know.
I don't know. Carol's looking interested. I can see.
Carol's already done this. Don't lie, Carol.
I
You've done
know
this.
there's a lace making society here in the west side of LA.
Really?
And you're part of it,
yeah.
aren't you?
So
I've seen it. I've seen the community.
Do they walk around with bobbins and pins?
They have the little pillow that they work off of. And they have pins like that and bobbins, but it's not as many. That's a tremendous amount.
I would think. I don't, that has to be something that's handed down through the ages, but look how gorgeous it is.
Yeah.
I think that exact video was somebody saying, hey, grandma, my friend's coming over. Can you show him just a quick little spot of how you do the lace? I just want to knock her socks off. Okay, yeah, sure, honey. And she just,
Pulls
you
it
know.
out.
yeah. So yeah.
All right. So with that said, I'm going to say,
Just don't move it from the dining room table.
Yeah. Don't touch that pin.
nobody touched the pin.
Yeah.
So what I want to start out with, so I will say that my trip to Belgium with you all was inspired by lace. And so I wanted to do something in a much more modified lace, not nearly the look of that. Well, you're going to put it on. So the first sweater that we're doing, the yarn we're offering for this, oh, I guess we should talk about the yarn first, shouldn't we?
Well, let's talk about the yarn.
Let's talk about the yarn. So the yarn for this project is our new Glow, which is a yarn that we bought from Laura Piana, which I can't write anywhere, but I can say it. It's 85% silk and it's 15% cashmere. It's hard to look at the camera, Michael. It's way up. I feel like I'm looking at God up there. And when we look up, they see that we're looking up. Comes in gorgeous, gorgeous colors, all saturated, really intense. It's a skinny strand, but it's a deceiving strand.
So all of you should have gotten the little snippets on your card.
Yes, did all of you get the cards that have all the colors on them? Anybody there not get the card?
I'm not seeing anyone shake their
Who's
hand.
that?
Oh, okay. Cora and
It's
Lindsay.
me, Cora.
You, Cora,
It's funny, I got the card for the Zoom.
you should have gotten a second card.
We did a little tricksy poo on you guys. So you got one card with nothing on it that said something was coming, and then the second card had the snippets on it.
Maybe you
I'll
thought
get
you
the second one
did.
eventually.
Anyway, if you didn't get it, just text us or email us and I'll get you a set of snippets. So they're just gorgeous. They're saturated and they
Different
work
than
up
those.
surprisingly well. There's 576 yards on these balls because they're 100-gram skeins because I wanted them to have some heft and I wanted them to feel like something. And
These are beautiful.
they make the most beautiful things. So I'm going to show you first the sweater that I did.
Well, and the yarn really does have a very subtle glow.
It does.
To
It has a
That's
shine,
a very
yes.
sheen to it, yeah.
But it's not over the top. So here we go.
There we go.
Here comes my model. Probably standing up a little closer to the camera. Okay. Let's put you down. Okay, so this is the first one, and this is a cardigan, as you can tell. If you move a little closer here, you can see that this has got a color work pattern at the bottom. Come a little closer, a little closer. No, this is-
How about that?
There you go. So it's a stitch that's just a slip stitch. It's not hard to do. It has a repeat, so I got it right in my head right away. It wasn't difficult. I knit this in pieces when I did it, but I'm writing the pattern so that this part is in the round because the only thing I didn't like to do was sew this part together. It was cumbersome, and I thought it would be much better
Not better
having it better just ease of doing and not so frustrating.
This is so pretty.
And then the pattern itself is a lacy entrelac pattern. And I think you can, yeah, you guys can see it, right? You can see my hand through there.
Mhm.
So this is the large, and it has extra long sleeves for Teresa. All my sweaters now have very long sleeves. I look a little like I'm walking around.
That's how I was made.
I know you were, it's fine, and I will, yeah, it goes that way. There's actually 5 buttonholes, but I only had 4 buttons, so the 5th one goes right there, or you can do it with only 4 if you want. So the large is the amount that is the small, medium, and the large all take the same amount of yarn. If you need an extra large and above, you need an extra skein of the black, I think it is. So that's the only thing.
And you could use a different color at the top if you don't want to use black.
You could, oh yes, that's the thing. So I just put the sweater together for somebody with a turquoise top, and then they did the bottom in the black and the white.
Cute.
Or you could do it in white, and you could have a black and red, because there's a beautiful red coming that we don't have yet. And that was the swatch on the card, the printed piece, but we couldn't get the red to come up. The red is the same color red as the Sonata was in the first mailing we did, in the Amsterdam mailing. So that really saturated, rich blue-red color. Yeah, perfect.
That beautiful nail polish.
Perfect. All right, so now unbutton it, because I would never wear it buttoned.
I just wanted them to see.
It's okay. But you can, and you can.
I wouldn't wear a button either.
I like it. I like the way, and the silk has a drape that you won't believe, and it's so soft and it's so smooth, and it doesn't snag at all. There's not a snag in it, and I have really snaggy hands right now.
Just said that.
I'm showing them.
It's your sweater.
It's my sweater.
And what size needle?
On a 9, doubled on a 9.
Ooh, number 9.
Set in sleeve,
Good stuff.
whole bit. Any questions yet?
It's perfectly Euro.
It's perfectly what?
Euro.
Euro.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good stuff. I love it. It's beautiful.
Perfect. So then I have to admit, I took my other sweater sample home with me last night to knit on, and I forgot to bring it back, but we can show you guys what it looks like. I know, I can't believe I did that.
Shame, shame, shame.
So this is this is doubled. Then I did a version. This is a sweater.
So we're calling this Karen's cardigan for
we're
now.
calling it Karen's lacy entrelocks, or Belgium.
Good Lord. Karen's cardigan for right now.
For right now, it's Karen's cardigan.
Okay, so let's
Okay.
see if the next one. Oh,
Nope.
yes,
This
there
one.
we go.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is a sweater I have been looking at forever, and I was trying to find the right yarn, and our new glow is perfect. I did it single on a 6. This pattern is actually, it's the cover of the Barbara Walker Blue Book. The only thing I did with it is that I elongated her repeats to get it to look just like that one. It's absolutely gorgeous. It comes out looking just like that.
It
You saw
really
it yesterday.
does. You're doing it in a beautiful purple.
We're doing it in the beautiful purple that is, well, why don't we go with purple?
Hey, I'm over here.
Yeah, I'm doing it in the purple, but I'd really like to have it in black.
Just ask Meredith to make it for you.
Yeah, right. So that's the
It's just
purple color.
beautiful.
I don't know if they can see that. But that's,
Yeah, just like,
oh, I see.
yeah, it's just little.
Okay.
We can't see the purple color because we're looking at
now
the
you're
image.
being picky. Okay, fine. Here you go.
There's the purple color. So that pattern is not as difficult as it looks. It has a purl back row that you work the stitches as they appear, so you can put a lifeline in. It's very repetitive. It's 4 rows that repeat for however many rows you want them to get the first elongated. And then you switch to another set of 4 rows, and you do that for however long you want it. So it's easy to keep in your head, and you see what's happening. So it's actually a pretty simple sweater.
Well, and there's not really any shaping to it, so it's just a straight rectangle that you're doing.
Correct. Correct. Oh yeah, it's absolutely fabulous. Okay, so then there's one more in this group. And this is one that I have wanted to do for a long time.
So pretty.
And our feeling on this one is the pattern is done with the sleeve the way that it is. If you'll put the little cursor.
Yeah.
So see where the sleeve comes out right there? I also think it would be fabulous with just a really tight sleeve, just
So
up to the body.
Cut
So
half of this stuff off.
it still has all the drape. This is also single. This is single on a 10.5 or an 11. And it's fabulous. and it's
No, it
still
didn't.
draped. And I think Cora, I think you saw somebody knitting on the, it wasn't, you saw Laura Brownrout's swatch, right? Did you see when she did the swatch?
No, I didn't actually.
What good are you?
I must be looking at something else.
Anyway, Laura was in the store and she did a gauge on it to see how it looked. So, and it's single again. It's just a very surprising yarn that has a lot of durability to it, and the cashmere holds the silk, and
It holds the shape nice too.
it does. It just keeps
They're
everything.
good teammates.
It's just perfect. Okay.
Can I ask you on the first cardigan, is that the one that Teresa's wearing?
Yes,
It's the first one. Is it two colors? I guess
three colors.
So it's technically 3 colors. So you
Oh.
have a main color for most of the body, and then you've got two secondary colors for the bands for this nice big border.
And the border, that's entry lock, you said?
No, it's not an entrelock. It's a slip stitch. It's one of the two color
Oh.
stitches. So you knit so many, slip so many.
Right. It's
Uh,
pretty darn easy.
It's a little 8-row repeat. It gets right in your head. It's fast. And again, the yarn is doubled on that.
Yeah. So you're looking at a 9 needle.
Thanks.
All right.
Did mention that sweater being interlock though, when you were
Yeah,
introducing.
that's why I was
No, the
confused.
lace, the pattern stitch is called lacy entrelocks because they kind of entrelock on themselves. It was just a name I used.
Okay, so it's not really on,
entrelock. No real entrelock.
okay.
People are listening.
I know, they're saying it's good. They're saying
Well, I'm watching it for the second time, so
That's okay.
Oh, Helen, you're here, right.
I couldn't decide. That's why I'm watching it again.
By the way,
That's okay.
your stuff did go out. You should have gotten it today. And if
Yeah,
you-
I did. I got a text, yeah.
Thanks.
And I have questions about the pattern. I don't understand, but
All right, we'll talk in a little bit.
okay.
Okay, all right. So, we're ready? We're ready to move on? Anybody,
Yeah.
everybody have any questions about Belgium, the lace making class, or the sweaters? All of them are doable. You know you can do more than one, and you know,
to show my sweater.
I know that.
Oh, yeah.
You showed your sweater when we go to Luxembourg.
Oh.
That's right. Here's this one. We're gonna travel down the Lee River. I didn't talk at all about the fact that Belgium surrounds Luxembourg. And so all roads lead to Luxembourg, and all the little rivers go into there too. And Belgium and Luxembourg were both cities that were occupied by the Germans during World War II. So even though they were neutral, they were completely engulfed. So, but most of their buildings and things remained intact, which is pretty good. So they weren't being bombed particularly. So with that said, we're gonna.
I have another question.
Yes,
The 2 pullovers are done in how many pieces?
4, a back, a front,
Okay.
2 sleeves.
Okay. Thank you.
I've done singly,
Yes,
single stranded.
single. And this is essentially 4 pieces too, except I am gonna take it in the round up to the armhole from this one and the pattern. I'm changing that. Yeah, I think it's time to get us out of Antwerp and get us into,
Wrong button, sorry.
Luxembourg has that really pretty night scene that matches your sweater. That's- So here we are, we've gone down the river, we've had our wine on the boat and a little cheese and some more pommes frites. And we've entered Luxembourg. And Luxembourg Luxembourg City is built on a hill on the side of this giant ravine down to a river that comes back and up around. It's a beautiful little city. I found it intriguing because I think I told you guys when I was talking about going to Luxembourg that the one thing I found, there's 3 things I found about Luxembourg. They have fabulous food, restaurants. They have the most incredible baby stores I have ever seen. They have French baby stores and German baby stores, and they have Scandinavian baby stores. And I happened to be there right when Meredith's 2nd child had been born. And so I had the best time at the baby stores. Thirdly, they're the land of banks, and there are more banks because it's a big financial hub for all of Europe. So there's a ton of banks and a ton of financial institutions, and everybody is dressed in the city. I don't know if it's gotten like it has here where nobody does that anymore, but when I was there, everyone was dressed all the time. It was beautiful to walk around, and we've stayed in a hotel that had a hot air balloon exhibition that was going out right on the outside of our balcony, and it was just so
Cool.
incredible. So with that said, Teresa is now going to talk to you about her sweater.
Yeah, so my sweater, it's a little bright, imagine that. I fell in love with the beautiful turquoise and hot pink and purple, and I grounded it with the black. So, as you can see, I'm not done with my sweater yet, but here is the sleeve. So isn't that just lovely? So I've got a little bit of turquoise at the bottom. Then I did a nice big 3-inch ribbed band in the black. And then I've got stockinette stitch sections in the turquoise with 2 rows of black garter stitch. And then I segued to the purple, same technique, then the hot pink, and then for the cap, I had to go up a little higher. So I had to go back to the turquoise. So when I was working on this, it was loud and beautiful and happy. And I actually got a little nervous that it might be too bright. So instead of doing all of this for the main body, I'm actually doing a different fun little stitch for the body in all black. So I don't have it all done, like I said, but you can see that it's like a beefed up dot stitch. So you've got so many rows of stockinette, and then it's a knit 5, purl 5 rib for 1 row. And then you do so many more rows of stockinette again, and then you do the opposite 5 and 5 so that it staggers. Okay, so because I know I didn't have it ready, I did a little sketch. So let me show you what my sketch looks like. I think it's in here. Hold on, wait for it, wait for it. There we go. So this is what mine is truly going to turn out to look like. So I've got those beautiful, bright, happy stripes all up and down the arms to help elongate me. And then, yeah, because I need to be longer. I know, it's silly. And then the body is all in the black. I didn't color it specifically black because I wanted you to be able to see the little dashes on the sketch itself. And then because the sleeves weren't striped enough, I am bringing the colors back up in the yoke to do a little striping as well. So it's a little loud, it's a little happy. You could change colors around. Another option.
It's not loud, it's absolutely gorgeous.
It's
really
refreshing.
is.
It's not bad.
Pretty.
So initially, this is what I wanted my sweater to look like. But when I got closer and closer, I kind of panicked and went more for the solid black for the body. So you could do it either way. You just have to tell me, which way you want to do it, and then that way I'll make sure I get the right amounts of the different colors.
And we also thought it would be cute with black, all in black and white, and it reversing in some places where the narrow stripes were. So let's say you did the purple and where the purple and the black is, if that was white and the black, and then up to the next section, if the pink became black and the narrow stripe became white, that could also be a really cool sweater. And you could do that in 2 colors with almost any of the 2 colors because they all really play with each other.
Yeah, you really could. And so if you did something like that, I would say that I would stick with this type of feeling where the main body is 1 color, and then to kind of alternate the background color between your 2 colors on the sleeves. So there's lots of possibilities with it. I'm also on a 9 needle and have been loving every second of it. And mine hasn't snagged either. I can't believe it.
And I rubbed yours yesterday and she didn't even get upset with me. She kind of got upset with me.
I freaked out for a second. Not gonna lie.
She knew I had hangnails and they were snaggy, but it's doubled. And Teresa wound 2 balls to make hers, or she made 2 strands. I actually took the center of the ball and the outside of the ball and did them together, and it worked perfectly. I never got a snarl or anything. It was crazy.
Yeah, I was fearful that I was going to have that problem, so I found the beginning and the end of the ball, and then I just rolled a new fresh ball out of that.
But you can do it either way. It's knitter's choice. Yeah. Look how pretty that looks in the background there.
Yeah, is that pretty good?
Does anybody have any questions regarding this? And what size are you making? Do you know? I mean, we don't see them.
Mine is technically a medium,
and
but it's going to be a 42 bust.
Okay.
I want it a little
It's
loose.
going to be loose. That's what I want.
Yeah, I don't want it all tight and fitted. I want it soft and playful and comfy. To wear with like a wide leg trouser or something would be cute. Any questions on my flavorful colors?
That the drape of that fabric looks really nice.
It really is. I'm on the 9 needle, but I'm still getting just about 5 stitches to the edge, so it really does feel like a fabric. Any questions? We okay?
This is the quiet.
Is that one singled or doubled?
This one's doubled. Good question.
That's double yarn.
Doubled, yes.
Thanks.
Anybody
I'll
else?
show them the last. So we got one back for somebody. And Ellen, you didn't get to see this yesterday because we didn't have it yet.
Oh,
I
good.
probably show this to you because this is another item that you could do with the
With the glow.
glow single,
With
right?
the glow.
It's single on this one, right?
Yes, this is
Yeah.
done single, so this was on a 5, maybe a 6 needle, but it's just a beautiful wrap sweater. Yeah, it's super pretty. I just saw Linda Bollinger's eyes light up and Cora's eyes light up. Let me get her a little closer. So it's got a little bit of a cable treatment along the fronts.
Nice, yeah.
It's just beautiful. They did a short sleeve, you know, just about 3 inches.
And you could do it with a long sleeve if you wanted a long sleeve.
And you could do it as a traditional cardigan also. You don't have to do it as a wrap sweater, although it's really pretty as a wrap
Really
sweater.
pretty. Well, and the nice thing about this particular yarn is in doing a wrap, it's not bulky. It doesn't get that yarny kind of feeling. Right? I mean, it has that really.
Oh, yeah. No, it's very, very light and not sheer, but just very soft.
But I mean, even the cording that goes through feels like a fabric. It doesn't, sometimes when you do those in knit, they get heavy feeling.
True.
And
very
this
true.
doesn't feel heavy at all. It just fits and
It's
drapes
stunning.
beautifully.
It's just stunning. So this is.
What size needle did you,
size.
what size needle, I'm sorry, what size needle did you say you used?
I believe this was on a 6.
And a single
Single
strand.
stranded on a 6, yes. And this only took 2 plus balls. So this would be a really good secondary project besides one of the 2 pieces that we're already looking at. And you, all of you ladies get 35% off of the skein. So it's definitely a fun yarn and a great price.
All right, anybody else? Any questions? Boy, this is a quiet group.
I do have
Karen?
one more show and tell.
Oh, you do?
I do. I have one more show and tell.
Oh.
We got back somebody else's sweater from Amsterdam for the tulip sweater.
Right.
Or no, not tulip cruise, not the tulip sweater.
No, it's but the Amsterdam cruise.
Yes. So this
Guess
one
I
is
could've
also
helped
another
you.
small person, so I don't want to try it on because I don't
All
want
the
to
little
post
girls. All the little girls.
Oh, someone said something.
Who said something? Who wants to know?
Ta-da.
Beautiful.
So there's the little Chanel cardigan finish. I know Cora has got hers almost done. She's doing it
Oh,
in the,
yeah?
in the hot pink with the black.
I'm working, I'm on the sleeves.
Do you
Yeah,
have it with you so you could hold up?
I
your-
do. It's not steamed.
That's all right. We just want to see your
Okay.
front, just so they see the
Let me
color.
get it.
Well, I'm a little behind, but I'm almost finished with the last sleeve for my Tyrolean jacket. Here are the sleeves.
All right.
Oh, let me unpin real quick so we can see you
Oh.
better. Okay, start talking.
Okay, so this is the sleeve of the for the Tyrolean sweater, the one I'm going to embroider.
Right. Is that your last sleeve?
That's my last sleeve, yes.
Oh,
so
wow, you're almost
Good.
there. I have to embroider on
Put
somebody
together
else's.
next week, so, yeah.
That's
Why-
beautiful. Well done.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Oh, pretty.
Ooh. So you've got the hot pink and is it black?
Yeah.
And the black.
Yummy.
Can't quite see. But anyway, here are the,
Gorgeous.
We can tell how pretty it is. That's beautiful. Keep talking.
it's just been the hit of Encino. I mean, every day I bring it in, people are like, ooh, can I make that? Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
Nice.
fits up beautifully. Easy to work in the beaded silken sequins.
And what size needle are you on with that one?
Well, it's calls for a 7. I'm on a 6.
Right. Okay.
All right, that's okay. That's okay. A couple people have to go down. Some people are lucky enough to go up. You know, you never know.
Same amount of stitches, it doesn't really matter.
There you go.
Right.
That doesn't change.
There you go. Definitely.
Okay, does anybody, so what you guys need to do is kind of think about what projects you want. We're gonna try to, with our last Zoom call is tomorrow, so there's not so much space in between this time. So he'll get the projects loaded up in the logbook next week so that you'll be able to look.
Karen,
The first
And
thing
this
is
is Jean-
mute me.
Wait, someone's talking. Wait, who do we got?
Karen, it's Jeannie Krinsky. I signed in late. Would you mind showing the first project again?
Not at all.
Sure.
Hi, Jeannie Krinsky. Nice to have you
Hello.
on board.
I'll just put it right back on.
Put it back on, right?
Just put it
So
right
did
back on.
where did you start? What was the first one you saw, Jeannie?
I just saw the last one I was about 20 minutes late.
Okay,
So
all right. So we'll go through the
I
pictures
saw,
again.
I saw Teresa's sweater.
Right,
the-
so this is
the
the
stripy
first
one.
one. So this is the lace one. Here, move back. Okay, so this is done in the yarn single. You can
Double.
use, I'm sorry, single, double. You can have black or any color you want at the top, and then any two colors that you want at the bottom.
So just to
Oh,
give
that's beautiful. That's my kind of sweater.
It's
really
really
is.
easy wear. It was fast. I enjoyed knitting on it. The black wasn't horrible because the lace stitch is not that difficult. And I knew where I was all the time. It was one of those that I could tell where I was. Sometimes I know the tulip sweater is a little more involved. So that was the first one. So then let's show, so then
Okay.
that's doubled. Then there's two projects that one I'm working on and one I've already done the pattern for. I think it might even be a sweater of the month, but you get a better price on it right now than sweater of the month. So this is the one I'm working on right now. And I left my project at home. I apologize. I forgot I had taken it. I actually thought I was going to knit last night, but I didn't. And I can't knit tonight, so. Does that look dark or is it just because I'm back? Oh, no, it's just because I'm right. Okay.
So yeah, so this one's done single stranded on a 6 needle. There's gonna be no side shaping or anything fancy. You've got a back, a front, and then 2 sleeves.
And it is a drop sleeve, same
Uh-huh.
thing. And if any of you know the Barbara Walker books, the blue covered book, the blue book, the Frost Flowers is the cover pattern that's shown on the book. And it's exactly that pattern. The only thing I had to do was I had to elongate I had to do more rows of each section. It's the same thing all the way through until you get to the point where the flowers come together and then it staggers. And then it's the same thing again, but just in a different spot. It's not a difficult pattern to do. It looks so much harder than it is.
It really does look intimidating, but it's so pretty in
But it's
person.
not. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal. And then the third one for that is the one that I think I'm going to put in there, and that's that one. And that one is done single on a 10.5 or an 11. And again, the yarn, for whatever it is, that's the way the tape and the way the cashmere holds the silk, it allows the yarn to loft enough that even on the 11, it doesn't get too slinky, but it gives the look of that sweater. And that's a simple pattern too.
Mhm.
And then show on the sleeve. So where the sleeve comes out right there.
So this is where the sleeve starts, or
I could never do a sleeve like that because it would always be in my salad or my soup or wherever it was. So I want to take it and I'm going to make a narrower sleeve going up to where it joins. So it's a tight sleeve and
Yeah.
then the blouse over, because then it'll have a nice feeling and you can
Yeah.
wear it with a lot of different things.
might make the neckline just a little smaller.
Yeah, we'll bring that in a little.
Yeah,
A little.
because everything's gonna get exposed otherwise.
That's exactly right. All right. And so Jeannie, you saw the last two sweaters then. You saw Teresa's and you saw the purple one, right?
Yes.
Good.
Okie dokie.
Any more questions? Let's see, yesterday, there were some issues with, anybody having any pattern issues or worried that they haven't received anything? Do we owe you something that we might not know we owe you?
Linda Sears has her hand up.
Okay, Linda Sears, speak.
Oh, unmute yourself.
Okay, yeah, I had asked for the more recent color chart and I haven't received that. And I ordered the cologne sweater 2 or 3 weeks ago, haven't got that.
All right, let me check on that. And then the color cards, you wanted the more recent, you didn't get the card that had the glow snippets on it?
Correct.
Okay, I will find out about that and I will check with her on the cologne and I'll text you back or email you back, okay?
Okay.
You know, we were waiting for Art Yarns beads. We went through a lot and our crews kind of caught them by surprise, even though I did warn her.
Like we were a storm.
Right. We had a storm at sea. And so she's been dying her little heart out. And then we had one issue where the color came in wrong. So we had to send it back and get it re-dyed. But I think we've accounted for everything now, Linda. So I'll make sure, okay?
Okay.
And it may be
And then-
possible. Go ahead.
The Barbara Walker pattern, could that be done on a really large shawl, like one that would go down to your
Yes.
waist?
It would be gorgeous. Absolutely
yeah.
gorgeous. I would do it in
Yeah.
2 pieces so that you would graft it at the back so that you would get the sock pattern, just the scallopy to come down on both sides. That's the only thing I would change.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you do it in 2, you join it in, kind of like we did the, well, I don't know if you did that one, the channeling massage scarf that we did, the beaded one we did that way and it worked out really well.
Yeah, I just finished that one. That was a challenge.
That one is a challenge, but it's bored. Do you have it?
Yeah,
Can you show it?
sure.
Cool. We don't get to play with you very often.
Erin, it's Jeannie again. I think I'm missing the cologne one too. Is that the shawl?
No, cologne was
Yeah,
the,
that could have been a shawl.
oh, it was, there was a shawl, the butterfly shawl. I think we're waiting for one of your colors to come in and I think it may have come. I think Marisol talked to me about that. I will check on that for you too. So we're checking on Linda Sears and we're checking on Jeannie Shipman, Krinsky. Okay.
Ooh, wait,
Then
let me unpin so then that way you can show us what you got there, Linda Sears. Linda, start talking.
Well, this is one end of it.
Look at
And it
it.
just keeps going on and on. That's the middle section.
It
And
is
then there's the end.
magnificent.
I think it would be gorgeous just in black and white.
It would, well, it would be. It would be. Although I think the way the colors flow into that is pretty exceptional.
The colors are gorgeous.
And a
yeah.
knitter's delight because you get to knit on all those colors, which is
Congratulations.
Isn't that great? Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that looks like a labor of love, but holy cow, beautiful.
Yeah, I'm halfway through mine and I put it aside to do this other sweater. So
All right. You know, that's the beauty of knitting. It doesn't go bad. And I find that you have to be in the mood for what it is that I'm knitting on. And that's why yesterday someone was saying they can only knit on one project at a time. And I thought I'd have to kill myself.
Almost fell over. It's like, oh, wow, okay.
I could never be that dedicated, I don't think. So, but you know, to each his own, and whatever makes you the happiest is what we believe that's what knitting is about. It's
Absolutely.
style, fashion, beautiful yarn, and you know, and enjoying it. It has to be something you enjoy.